Hey, and welcome to the Havin podcast. My name is Neil. I'm joined here with my friend Chris, and today we're going to sit down and talk about, well, we don't know, because in our usual Havin podcast that I do with Brent, we have questions, we go back and forth. I ask him a question, he tells me the answer. He's not prepped as to what the questions are prior to the video. I kind of spring them on him. This time, I actually don't have any questions. We're just going to sit down and have a good old-fashioned yak.
That's
so
it.
We're just going to see where the conversation goes. This might be a 10-minute video. This might be a 50-minute video. We don't know. We're just going to...
This might be a good video. This might be horrible.
This might be the worst video that I've ever made. So we're just going to see where it goes. So thanks, Chris, for joining me. I appreciate it. And it's easier to start off with a topic rather than just kind of think about something. So I do have something. Do you believe in Yetis?
Define Yeti.
Abominable snowman, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or Sam Squanch, depending on how you want to call it.
I thought maybe you were talking about really expensive coolers at first, in which case they exist.
No, I'm talking about the furry
that they're named
humanoid.
After. Okay.
Yes, in the woods or the snow.
I don't think I do.
Why?
Because I think that we are enough places as humans that I think we'd find them. Like we would run into them, and somebody, and of course, with how many people have cameras with them, you know, because all the footage that we have of Bigfoot and all that kind of thing, it's all like it was filmed with a potato. Yeah,
you ever consider that a Sasquatch is just naturally blurry?
I tried to hold it together there. No.
Yeah, no, I think that you make a good point. There is not actually any credible, realistic footage out there that's like, okay, this is real, this is legit. Everything is very questionable. You see little pieces. Yeah. There's been so many fakes that I'm very skeptical. However, I do believe that Sasquatch exists.
You do?
Sasquatches. There's not many of them.
No Yetis, but Sasquatch exist.
We're
generalizing. Okay, so we're putting them all together. You know what? The funny thing is about this is that I think that probably I would think that a Sasquatch would exist because they live in the woods.
Yes.
And Yeti, snow monster, right? Where I think you'd be like, there's nothing else there, and you'd just be like, there's one.
Yeah, but they're white. They blend in with the snow.
Polar bears are white, and we see them.
Yeah,
we're like, there's a polar bear. Oh, probably because he wants to eat you, and maybe that Yeti doesn't.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't know.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you were contracted by a production company and they wanted to film you try and catch a Sasquatch, even though you don't believe in it, even though you think it's silly, you know you're not going to catch one, how would you make it entertaining? How would you actually go about trying to catch a Sasquatch? What would be your what are some of the things that you would do? Your strategies, yes.
My strategies to catch what could be a mythical beast. So I'd get a string.
Okay.
And I'd get a box.
Okay.
I'd get a stick. And I'd tie that string to the stick, and the box would go up like this, and I would tie it. I would wait.
Yeah, but they're super smart.
How do you know?
I'm assuming so because they haven't been caught yet. And there's been some pretty elaborate traps out there. So,
this is assuming they exist.
Assuming they exist. Assuming if some of the footage is real. I've seen footage of traps be disarmed by Sasquatches, hypothetically, if it was real footage.
I think that Sasquatch are just very hairy people who live in the woods.
The hillbillies.
Well, maybe hillbillies. Maybe hillbillies.
Maybe hillbillies?
Maybe.
Like northern hillbillies, though.
I don't know.
Like Canadians.
Obviously, they're
It's just much
You'd
bunch
have
of
to be
Canadians.
very
running around.
hairy if you're not wearing clothes in anywhere in north of the American border, I think.
Yeah.
It gets chilly. I mean, some northern states it gets pretty chilly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It does.
So-
It does for sure. Yeah.
But no. How would I catch one? I don't know. We've got trail cams everywhere. Like trail cams are a thing now, so you could just put a trail cam out there and check it, and you'd be like, of course, trail cams are like potatoes too, though. so
Exactly.
it's-
That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
They'd
been
be like,
done.
"Nah."
That's been done. Like, what would you do that was
Take a
unique?
footage out of it. I haven't been keeping up on the Sasquatch chase, to be honest with you, and it sounds like you are. It sounds like there's something you look for. Is you probably go down a YouTube rabbit hole kind of thing.
I've
Recommended
been
video.
there. I've
Yeah,
been there.
yeah.
I also have another person that I know is heavily into the Sasquatch debate and usually sends me some articles and stuff. So,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, it's. I'm just waiting for credible footage.
So Pro Sasquatch is your other friend?
Pro Sask what?
Yeah, like believers?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so they're just sending you articles that support the fact. The fact.
The reason I asked you the show questions is because if he was ever to come into money or whatever, like a lot of money, that's what he wants to do is create his own show where he goes
Really?
into the woods and tries to find a Sasquatch, legitimately, not
Interesting.
fake anything. Like if he doesn't find anything, he doesn't find anything. Like it's just that's what the show is going to be.
Now, there's already like a show about like whether something exists or not, and it doesn't exist, and they're doing their very best to make it exist. And that's what's that island in off Nova Scotia?
Oh, right. About the treasure.
Yeah. This is what happens when you don't prepare for
Exactly.
for a video.
Yeah. I mean, I can look it up. I got my phone.
Absolutely, look it up. Anyway, like I DVR'd the series, and I never actually did watch it. And you're probably familiar with it. You're probably you're like yelling at your screen or your headphones saying, "You twits! It is
Oak Island.
Oak Island, the treasure of Oak Island," and it's an entire series about something that likely doesn't exist. But in order to get ratings, and in order to get ratings, and a company that's going to pay for your series, you have to make it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's if you don't make it entertaining, you better have a lot of money.
What's a show out there that's actually based on factual events that is entertaining? Like Deadliest Catch. Like do you watch Deadliest Catch?
I've watched it a number of times. That's the voiceover for that is done by the guy that did Dirty Jobs. isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he gets a glass of rum and does the voiceover. That's the job I want.
That'd be all right.
I don't have that kind of voice. so
I don't either.
think-
No. But he does a good job.
He does a fantastic job. I think he's probably got like balls like onions, just
Oh.
giant. That's how he gets his voice so deep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That show is pretty badass.
It is.
It's. I'm sure there's a little bit of forced drama in there between the ships and all that stuff.
No doubt.
Generally, that's a pretty hardcore show, and that's a pretty intense, rugged lifestyle. So, I've kind of secretly always wanted to not necessarily go on one of the ships to do the work, but just be on the ships to film. Basically, I want to be one of the cameramen.
That dead air is me considering what it's like when you are working.
What do you mean?
You have to work on a ship. Like, it's one thing for that to be your job where you go out there and you're fishing. Like you are a deckhand or a captain or whatever, and you get paid. But it's different when your job is to go out there and film the people that are doing the job. Nobody ever sees you.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if I can go back to something we went to recently, it was the Banff Film Festival.
Yeah.
And so, let me get around to it. We're watching a lot of the videos there, and we're always wondering. There was like a lot of rock climbing and stuff like that. But there's like a 15-year-old girl who's doing a really hard climb. I don't know what it was, like a 5.2 or something like that. I don't remember what the
rating
scale
is
was.
whatever,
Yeah. But there's footage from above of her climbing up. And then that means there's somebody already up there holding a camera, above, where she was climbing to. So
Well, she was climbing free-handedly. Like he could have gone up a trail that had hooks and all the stuff where he just climbed up easily. Maybe he went around and got up on the mountain from the other side.
maybe he
intentionally to film.
repelled. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So like that's almost a show on its own. Is
Oh,
like
definitely.
your camera gear's got to be out there. You got to worry about getting the shot. I don't know if I'd want to do that.
What about that one? Is it called Gold Rush or something? It's about
I watched it recently.
like I think that would be interesting to be on the film crew for as well. It'd be slow because it's monotonous work, but
Yeah, and again, it's going to have to be forced exaggeration.
yeah.
Like any of the Big Brother interviews, like all of that stuff, I think is happening long after they've done something, and production has a lot, steers the conversation, or
Oh, there's a lot. There's a puppet master for Big Brother.
absolutely.
And all this stuff.
I think it is for all of them, for sure, because I don't think the people are as interesting as they are on TV.
Nah.
In real life.
You'll get that one
Right?
or two people that are actually the character
Yeah.
that they are portraying, or that
Yeah.
you see.
Because
but-
I'm not, like, even right now, this really isn't me. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of me, and I know this isn't you.
No,
It's a little bit of you.
I'm more toned down a little bit.
But I watched part of your Havin Yak this morning when you were talking about having a crush on celebrities.
Oh yes.
I didn't get through your entire podcast. I was making blueberry pancakes this morning.
Were they good?
Had my bus. Yeah, Bisquick, blueberries. Yeah, put a little bit of butter in the batter.
Oh yeah, buddy.
So good.
So you were.
So I was listening with headphones on while I was cooking breakfast, yeah.
So you were interested in this topic because you wanted to chime in and say who your celebrity crush was, or just give your opinion on the topic?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like that's not really a celebrity crush. I think it's fine to have crushes, but your crush is on the television character, and if somebody had a crush on you for doing
Like
a
me,
podcast,
like me
yeah,
personally? Okay.
yeah, you like I know you. I don't have a crush on you.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
Let me show you some more skin here.
Oh, forearms.
Ooh.
No, but yeah, because you're totally, I won't say totally different. You have a screen. There's a screen Neil, and then there's the rest of Neil.
I can't display a lot of my humor on camera.
Yeah, you mentioned that in your podcast too.
My humor's a little more brash than most. So
Raw.
I don't get offended by stuff. So
Yeah.
I like humor that's really offensive. So
Almost
Yeah.
shock value, kind of Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
kind of.
I also try and speak more clearly when I know I'm on camera because people are listening and stuff. And
I didn't do a very good job of that. In fact, I was editing video this morning, and I'm like, might as well just throw some bubble gum in my mouth.
And that's
marbles.
taking a long time. Like I'm up close to 1,000 videos now.
Sure.
Up over 75 podcasts, including
Yeah.
this one and the hockey one. It just literally takes time and practice, and it's
Absolutely.
not something that you can be good at just like that.
Got to slow down, and you got to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, and that's what my entire day today before I came here was spent editing video, re-recording voiceovers, for no other reason than to do it. And I will publish the video, and you can find it over on my YouTube channel, which Neil may or may not link in
Just
the
comment on
description below.
just comment on this video and I can pin it.
See, that's what he does.
It's so much
It's
easier.
my job now. Yeah. And the other thing, too, is like the description is something you have to get to. You have to
Yeah.
comment
That's
on
true.
it. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just experience is what I'm trying to do. So, yeah. And this is what happens to me, too. I started on a trail. I get somewhere and I'm like, oh, where was I?
Mm-hmm.
I just trail off and forget what I was
Yeah.
talking about. But I think we're talking about making a Sasquatch video, and then how it got, how publishing exactly what it is boring. Like if it is boring. So then we got to faking it.
Well,
and then
because if you actually film it for what it is and you go out and you don't find anything, you're gonna
it's a short video.
you're gonna remove a lot of people who just don't care about it in general because they want to see the the potential of seeing one, whatever. But then you'll get the hardcore people who will watch regardless because they're always going to be interested in that topic. So but that obviously that population is very small.
Yeah, smaller number. And so that brings me to live streaming.
Live streaming, yes.
Mind-numbingly boring.
For what though? Like
I've live streamed a couple of times, and the things I've live streamed were, I don't know, I opened a mystery box of surplus crap from Princess Auto.
Yeah, and that's something that we're going to do on this channel soon,
absolutely,
actually.
For sure. And it was entertaining to me because I have no idea what's inside the box. It was $5 and $15, and then I opened it up, and there was some pretty cool stuff in there, and there was some stuff that I had no idea what it was, and some stuff that was valuable.
Exactly.
And
you live streamed that on
Facebook.
I
live streamed it, and it was. I've watched it again, right? But I've watched a couple of YouTubers who live stream questions and answers, and
I've done that before.
You've live streamed questions. I don't remember if I watched it.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. December 2017.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But I find that live streaming just doesn't interest me at all.
And it doesn't interest me either.
Instagram stories?
Yeah. Same.
No. I need you to take all of the other stuff that is all around here and cut it right down to the interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't show me the stuff that isn't interesting. My time is valuable. I assume your time is valuable. Like, don't. Mm-hmm. So live streaming.
So saying that, knowing that you just live streamed for, I think it was like 50 minutes to an hour.
And then I cut it down for, that live stream is available on my YouTube channel, which I did cut down. I cut a lot of the stuff, interaction with the crowd.
Right.
That made no sense if you put on YouTube. But go watch it and see what you think of it. It was originally live streamed, zero editing, of course. And then I edited for YouTube.
Yeah. But that original live stream was close to an hour, if not more.
It was like 54 minutes, yeah.
That's a lot of time for...
But there was never, and it's a weird thing because there was no dead air. There was opening boxes, showing you stuff, and then moving on. And I kind of went as fast as I could.
No, but you're good at that too. You're good at not allowing there to be any dead air because you were interacting with people who were commenting and stuff.
That was important.
And you were doing silly stuff like if you got like this rain jacket thing, and you didn't just set it aside. You talked to yourself and you opened it up and you put it on. It was funny.
Oh my gosh!
And that's why I
kept that.
That's why I want to do something on this channel like that because it's going to be funny because we know we're going to get some ridiculous stuff.
As long as there's stuff in there. And then, I was thinking to myself is that I should reach out to Princess Auto and be like, hey, why don't you curate some entertaining boxes?
Oh, yes.
Like put stuff in there. I'm not asking for valuable stuff, but stuff I can open up and be like, interact with.
Exactly.
Things that make no sense, that can't be identified.
You should talk to them and see if they can do that.
Like that second box that I opened, then the third box. So I had the first one, which was $5, and then a $15 box, and that was one video. And then I have another video where they gave me a giant box.
Yeah, there's probably like 60 plus items in there.
Giant box. And there were only a couple of things that was like, what is this? But there was one thing in there that was it was the
it was the parachute?
The parachute deployment parachute.
That thing was awesome and completely useless at the same time.
I've no idea. I was going to bring it here today, actually.
Yeah.
And to do a video, be like, what is this? Comments. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing is like, if it was just an entire box of stuff that you knew what it was, it would kind of be boring.
Oh, definitely.
With having those weird things in there.
And that video was kind of spoiled a little bit because when you open the box, you could see everything right away, basically.
The box is too big, too.
I think that we should do it when we do it. I'll open it and give you the item one at a time, so you are surprised one at a time. Because it's your box, it's your stuff.
We'll try it out.
Okay.
The next one that they're going to have, they actually, Princess Auto did let me know that they're going to have more boxes available February 16th, which is a Saturday. They open up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I will be there.
I will also be there. That is 1 week from today.
It is.
As we're filming this. So.
Yep. It's going to be good.
Yeah. By the time you guys hear this, it might actually be after that date. So
who knows?
Yeah.
So that boxing either has already happened on the channel or is coming up soon.
Exactly. So yeah, that's actually pretty exciting. That should be a lot of fun because you did get some. You got weird stuff like
I
flower clippers or something like, and just.
Yeah, it's just
I
like
don't
it's
remember what it
surplus
was.
stuff. So it's like stuff that companies that may have gone out of business or department stores that may have gone out of business that just had a lot of stuff. And I assume that like Princess Auto buys it from a company who buys it from people who are out of business.
Yep.
And some of it's good, some of it's not. I got a wireless doorbell. I put all the batteries. I went out and bought D-size batteries. When's the last time you
man.
needed D-size batteries? So it takes 3 of them.
2 months ago. The Rode Video Mic Pro takes D batteries. It does. It does. Yes, it does.
Oh my god.
I know, it's weird.
They're huge and heavy.
I know. But it lasts
They last forever.
A year and a half.
Yeah. So so this battery this doorbell, I opened it up and it had been previously opened and like whatever. So I opened it up and I put the battery in it and I put the D batteries because it came with a little 12-volt battery. Press the button, nothing happens. All right. So I didn't pay anything for it. Can't take it back. So I take it apart and I get it working. It works like 3 feet away from the.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So garbage. But you know, it's something fun to take apart.
Well, that's the thing. You like stuff like that because you can you can create more content with it.
I love
or
to
something.
take things apart.
Yeah. So
There's all kinds of stuff in there to do. So I might do some stuff with the stuff that I got.
and that's kind of like the mail time episode that I do in the main channel. Sometimes people send us packages with stuff inside, and I have no idea what's inside. And that's how my third channel, Canadians Try Stuff, was born by people sending us food.
Yeah, you have enough stuff to put on a channel.
Exactly.
Make it that.
Yeah.
And that's what I think actually hurts my YouTube channels because I don't have any specific topic. I guess if I was going to say my YouTube channel has a topic, it's making videos.
It's you.
It's me making
you are
videos.
The topic. It's your personality. It's your interests. Whatever. It's not a specific thing. Like post to post is hockey.
Yeah.
This channel is kind of like your channel. It's like whatever. It's just whatever I want to do basically.
Yeah.
It's my fun channel. So
yeah. I got videos about my truck changing lights on a Honda Element. I miss my Element.
When are you going to make the video of the Chignecto hike that we did?
So the Chignecto hike, actually, somebody asked in my last video about the Osmo Pocket, which I just recently picked up. And he had subscribed, I think, because of our videos of the training hikes that we did.
Right. Yes.
Right. So one of the things that I've learned through doing is that when you go in to start filming stuff, you really need to have some idea of a story or a storyline, or you never want to look at the footage because you don't have a clear start, middle, and finish. And this is where I'm struggling right now because there were a couple of different story angles that I thought. One of them is, yay, I'm going on a 3-day hike, which I think I wouldn't watch that. Yay, I'm going on a 3-day hike. Like with my channel, I want to teach you something. I want to have value.
Your channel is, I would say, educational.
That's what I want to do. I want to explain to, like, if I was going to tell somebody that it was my first backcountry hike, had to be your first.
My first, yeah.
Yeah. We bought tents. We bought camping stove. We bought all the supplies we needed for 3 days, 2 nights.
Tried camping food that we've never, like, freeze-dried food.
Like stuff you would get for zombie apocalypse.
Exactly.
So we went and got all that stuff, and we bought the worst tents.
They're terrible.
The worst tents.
Yes. And this is part of the story that I'm looking forward to and stuff.
Yeah. So in my reply to that user is like, I didn't have a clear story, but we could just sit around and talk about it and show some footage. But I still have like 12 hours of footage that I have to go through, find that stuff. And you know what? There's 45 minutes of my phone recording in my pocket.
I remember a couple times. Yeah.
Which means, what that means is that while we were out, I hit record, or I thought I hit record. It was going. I thought it was going, and then when I went to put it back in my pocket, I stopped recording, but it wasn't recording. So when I hit record, it started recording.
And then you don't have the footage from.
I don't have any of what I thought I needed. Yeah. So.
And so go back to the original thing, the Osmo Pocket.
The Osmo Pocket.
I think would be really good on a trip like that.
I think so. There are some disadvantages if you're interested in the Osmo Pocket. I'm not in love with it, but I think it's definitely small.
Yeah.
4K 60, 1080, 120. I will never use 4K. Mostly, I shouldn't say that. I won't use 4K anytime soon. I have no device that can make use of 4K. So I'm just storing, I'm just making videos for other people. I guess I'm going to make the videos for myself. So, right. The Osmo Pocket, he asked if it would be ideal for hiking. And so what I did was I took my phone and I took a 70D a digital SLR with a 10 millimeter, 20 millimeter non-stabilized lens. And I did all my video recording with my phone. And a number of times I thought I hit record and didn't. Or I was using I don't remember, this is front facing, is it? Or
No, that's front facing.
Okay, so
That's
I would always
rear-facing.
use the rear-facing camera because it's stabilized and the front-facing
Right.
isn't. So when we were hiking, it would be all shaky. I reviewed my footage, and most of it is from here down.
Oh, jeez.
It's terrible. And then I did some footage on the DSLR, but because because the camera doesn't have an image-stabilized sensor and the lens wasn't stabilized, it looks like an earthquake all the time.
The 70D doesn't work with STM lenses to stabilize?
It does, but I don't have one. Like my 10 to 20 is not stabilized. Like if you're going to go out,
I thought the body itself had
it's
stabilization.
not. No, none of the Canon cameras have in-body stabilization. Oh, maybe the EOS does, the mirrorless ones, but no. Like and so there's three types of, without getting into too many details, there's three types of stabilization. Digital stabilization, which is digital, it moves the image around.
Exactly. There's
using
nothing
software.
physical that moves in
Right.
the camera. It does all with software.
Then there's in-body stabilization, which actually moves the sensor,
Exactly.
which is crazy.
It's on
and
like a
that's-
little gimbal.
Yeah.
thing.
So that's what iPhone has, and I'm sure your phone has it too. And then the other stabilization is in the lens, where it actually moves the lens elements around.
Optical stabilization.
Yeah, optical stabilization, exactly. And of course, the most expensive is optical stabilization. It's in the lens, so you have to buy a lens with it. If you buy one without, like I have, it's usually lighter, less expensive, but oh my gosh.
It's like if you're making
so
videos,
shaky.
if you're making videos, just don't even bother getting the non-stabilized version of the lens.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
And you can't do it in post either. I tried.
No, it's terrible in post.
I tried to throw that in, and at 10 millimeters, nothing.
It gets real weird. It gets real fishy.
And even like trying to stabilize it, you've got to wait an hour while it analyzes the video.
Oh yeah, because it has
And
to
then-
analyze frame by
yeah.
frame. So
Yeah, and then you play it back, and you're like, well, that's a dog pile. So
yeah.
Anyway, Shignecto video come out sometime. I should get your footage. I think you have some
I already
footage.
gave it to you.
Do I have it?
Yeah, because you asked me for it weeks after we got back because you wanted to make a video, so I gave it to you. That's why I've been waiting.
How did you give it to me?
Dropbox.
I'll need that link again.
I deleted it off Dropbox. So
Yeah. No,
I'll just
I have
send it to
no
you.
idea where it is. Maybe I did download it and then,
No, that's okay.
I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, no, I'll do that. I did review some of her footage, and I rotated a lot of the footage that wasn't the right way. So I've looked at it a little bit, but again, there's 12 hours of it. So it's probably better to make the story and then find the footage to go along with the story than watch 12 hours of footage and then make the story. I'm guessing. Anyway,
Yeah, it's
I'm not a very good filmmaker.
it takes a lot of practice.
It does.
And even
and if you and the other thing too is you're going to make videos, make them, put them on YouTube.
yeah,
Like don't
do what we do sometimes and just keep the footage for 5 years and then it's too late to do anything with it.
I do that.
Like I have vlog footage from when I went to Vegas that I haven't even edited yet.
Yeah.
I stopped at like vlog 8 and then there's 11 or 12 total.
Yeah. My best videos my best videos have always been the ones that I shoot and edit the same day.
Yeah, because everything's fresh in your mind. You know how.
And I feel so good about it.
Yeah.
It's so good about it. Like all the tutorials on how to put a dash cam in a Tacoma using the GoPro mount. That was shot and edited and uploaded the same day. The Honda Element dash lights, same thing. Shot, edited, uploaded. Changing winter tires on an Elantra. Shot, edited, and edited. Uploaded the same day.
And we filmed stuff about your old Element. I remember shooting you driving your old Element because you wanted to make a video about
Still do. About the Element.
Why you loved it or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm still toying with with the idea of how to write a story about because first of all, I never understood why anybody was like, oh man, I'd love to have a 69 whatever.
Mm.
If, it was a car that they owned when they were a kid, until I had the Element. And when I sold the Element, when I traded in for a Tacoma, I was like, man, I would, in 20 years, totally buy a 2004 Honda Element again.
Yeah.
I would. It was such a great, not fast, not pretty, but all of the memories I have.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we did the footage. We got the footage.
Yeah.
And that was 5 years ago? Something.
No, like 3. Yeah.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was, because I recently looked at it, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I mean, now you have a Tacoma and you've made videos on your Tacoma and things you like, things you don't like. And
can't wait till the 2020 Tacoma is out.
Yeah. 2020 Tacoma's going to fix a lot of things. So
And I'm going to trade in my manual transmission for an automatic.
You're going with the auto?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What color?
Did you know they're coming out with a green one?
Army green. Heck yeah.
Did you know?
Did you know that there's not a single Toyota vehicle that you can get right now that's green? There's no. That's actually not true. There's an aqua. Something mica. It looks black, but when you see it in the sun, it's a metallic paint, so it's got a bit of a fleckle of green.
Sure.
But I don't classify that as green.
No.
But I'm very excited.
Like they made a green Tacoma before.
They did, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Your Tacoma's blue.
Yeah.
Mine's orange.
Yeah.
And
my Element was orange. Yeah. And when I was shopping for a Tacoma, I was really hung up on getting the manual transmission because I don't know, guys, I love to drive a manual transmission.
Yeah.
I've only owned manual transmissions. My problem with the manual transmission in the Tacoma is I think that Toyota spent all of their research and development time in making a fuel efficient 3.5 liter V6 that would be electronically controlled with an automatic transmission.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time in the powertrain.
And for their multi-train, is it MTS, multi-train select? Is that what they call it? Or is that
I don't know.
Dodge? I don't remember either. But I think that's what that engine was designed for. And then like hardcore driving enthusiasts like myself, we get a manual transmission and it's disconnected. So
there's definitely issues with the transmission a little bit, specifically in neutral. When
it rattles,
it rattles.
There's a video on my channel of it, but it's not even like if they all do it, whatever. It just rattles, whatever. Yeah. That's fine. That's like Honda's reverse gear sound.
Yes,
all
exactly.
Hondas make that, but you're only in reverse when you back up. You're neutral a lot when you have a manual transmission. Yeah. Between every shift, when you come up to stop signs.
Yeah, exactly. Come to lights. Yeah, whatever.
I'm going to start ranting. You can go see that on my channel.
You notice I found the clutch in the Tacoma when it's really, really cold.
I can tell you why. I've a video about that too.
It's like it's not concerning, but it's like, what's
it
going
takes
on?
a long time to come up.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you why. I've done a lot of research on it too, because it's one of those things where I'm like, I've had 5, this is my 5th manual transmission vehicle, and they've all done it a little bit, but not as bad as a Tacoma. Like you can take your foot off it and it comes up slow.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like minus 15, minus 20, it comes up slow. So I'll tell you why that is. So the Tacoma is a relatively easy manual transmission to drive.
It is very.
Part of that is because the throttle is very spongy. You can't give it too much gas and get it to shudder. It just doesn't happen that way. But so it's a hydraulic clutch, obviously, and that's why the fluid gets super thick. And inside the transmission, there is a clutch accumulator valve. And so what that does is it prevents the clutch from coming up very fast so that you can't dump the clutch and damage your transmission or stall it. So there's actually a valve in there that controls how fast the fluid can go out and how fast the clutch can come up. And so when the fluid is really thick on a cold day, that's what happens. And there are people who do clutch accumulator deletes.
Really?
Yeah. So they, I think it's from another Toyota truck where you take it's an actual part replacement. You can take the accumulator right out and bypass it completely, and it fixes it 100%.
There's in the new RAV4, there's something called a dog clutch in the rear axle, and you can send 50% of the power to the back wheels, but depending on which tire needs power, the dog clutch works and sends 100% of that 50 power to one wheel instead of 25 to each or whatever. I don't know how the dog clutch mechanically works, but that's what it's called, and
I'll look
it's
that
interesting.
up.
Yeah, it's called torque vectoring.
That sounds like it's got a little copyright next to it.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah.
When you're going, not off-road in the winter or whenever, if it's summer, you're going around a corner, you're getting more power to the outside wheels and less power to the inside wheels for turning.
That makes sense.
So it's torque vectoring. It's pretty cool. They spent a lot of time developing it, but
Toyota's traction control in the Tacoma is fantastic.
it's too fantastic.
See,
it works too well.
So here, I think this is part of it. I think that the automatic transmission makes it it all the time.
Yeah.
This is what I think anyway. Because I find in the manual transmission, it's almost flawless.
Okay.
Like, I'll put it right down to the floor, and like it doesn't cut throttle at all. It's not giving you your full throttle, but it's not like I drove a Ram 1500 one time, and as soon as it broke loose, it cuts the throttle completely. Tacoma doesn't do that. The little light comes on, and I can tell that it's not getting full throttle, but you don't get that. What? Does your truck do that?
It does do it, but I feel like it does it way earlier.
Aggressive.
It's a little too aggressive. I wanted a little bit more slippage in the back wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can try it after this podcast if you like, or whatever.
I got mine stuck in the snow at work one day, and you get the wheels going, put it right to the floor, and then you hit the traction control. That takes the throttle part of the traction control off, so you can redline it. It'll still do the synthetic limited slip differential where it breaks one wheel to get the other wheel to go. I think it's fantastic.
Have you ever used the auto clutch start?
All the time.
It's very interesting.
I've never actually used it with the clutch engaged. Like, I know what it's for.
Yeah.
But how I use it. So, okay, we better explain to them what so there's a button in all Tacoma, all manual transmission Toyota trucks. It's called a clutch start cancel. It's a button that's down on the left hand there. So normally when you get a manual transmission, you have to put the clutch all the way to the floor, then turn the key to start the engine. And that's so that your transmission is not engaged to your engine at all. So you can't start the truck and then it lurch forward. It's a bad time if that happens.
Yeah.
So there's a button on there, and what the button is designed for is that if you get yourself in an off-road situation where rolling back at all, so we have assumed you've stalled the truck for some reason. Maybe it's a super steep incline or something like that. But what you're supposed to be able to do is turn your truck, after you've stalled it, turn your truck into the on position, press the clutch start cancel button, and then turn the engine on. And that allows you to start the engine in gear, which is nothing I've ever driven has that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And so what that allows you to do is have your foot on the brake and on the gas. So that prevents you from rolling back. And it's only supposed to be used in four-wheel drive low, not four-wheel drive high or two-wheel drive. And as soon as the truck is rolling, you're supposed to stop using your key to move your vehicle forward, because it literally is moving your truck forward on the starter engine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how I use it is when I'm warming the truck up in the morning or cleaning it off, I get in the truck, pull it into neutral, make sure it's in neutral, turn the truck on, make sure it's in neutral again, press the clutch start cancel button, start the truck, clean the truck off. That's how I use it. Have you ever used it in gear?
No, I haven't used it in general. I know.
Yeah,
so that's what it is, and I know
that's how
why
it's supposed to be used.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, I'm not an off-road guy. I don't go wheeling. Every now and then I'll take the road untraveled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did when you had your Ford. You know,
Yep.
we took the path that was less traveled, and it's a good time. But
I want to talk about that after this, by the way.
okay, I'm going to try and take a mental note because
I'll remember.
So we were in Cape Breton, and we went wheeling a little bit. But I've learned throughout all of my vehicles. My first vehicle was a 1991 Isuzu Rodeo. Melted the clutch off in potato field. Oh yeah. I got it stuck. I broke leaf springs. Like off-road breaks parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm too old for that.
And you can't, like, when you're off-roading, you can't act like your vehicle is invincible.
Oh, no.
You need to be smart and choose your lines and stuff. Like, it's...
Like real off-roading, when you watch real off-roading, it's slow.
Yeah.
It's methodical.
You almost have to think 2 steps ahead.
Yeah. You've got people out there that are telling you where your wheels are at.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the fun of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not blasting down. It's slow and trying not to get their tires to spin and leaving no trace.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't do that anymore. Like I've done some really stupid things in vehicles.
Yeah.
You know.
But we what I was going to say back there is we need
Yeah.
to do that trip again, basically, go back to Cape Breton. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Go on some hikes, do some more camping and some more off-roading.
Yeah. You know, when we did that Cape Breton trip, that's the trip that I realized I bought the wrong platform vehicle.
Why?
Short box.
Was it big enough?
See, when I had the Element, I only had two seats in it. I had the front seat,
Mm-hmm.
front driver's seat, of course, and the passenger seat in the front. I never had the back seats in it. So when I bought the Tacoma, you could get access cab that had a little bit of interior back seats, which you could put people in, small people, in a 6-foot box, or you could get 4 doors
Mm-hmm.
with a double cab short box. And this is a manual transmission problem too, because you can get an automatic like you have.
Double cab,
Long box.
Yeah.
But the truck is like this. I can't even. It's like.
It's huge.
Yeah. When I was driving that mid-size truck with a wheelbase,
Yeah.
like a land yacht, I was like, man, I don't want to have to park this.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and make the long story short. I came from 2 seats and I got 4 seats and less storage. And the open bed is not for me. I needed a cap on the bed. Tonneau cover wasn't going to do it because the bike doesn't lay down in there. So I needed a truck cap, which I also learned is also called a camper shell, a canopy, and a topper. Those are all the different names they have.
That's ridiculous.
I call it a truck cap. What do you call it?
Bed cap.
Bed cap? Yeah.
I
Like-
don't know.
Not a shell,
Exactly.
not a canopy,
No.
cap.
Cap. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
So yeah, that trip was the time I was like, ooh, there's just no storage inside the 4 doors because it's built to move people, not cargo.
Mm-hmm.
And the open 5-foot bed, not big enough. So put a cap on it. And I have regrets about the cap I chose too.
The specific cap or
Style of cap,
Style
not the
of
specific cap now, because I don't have any problem with the cap itself. It's so like we drive mid-sized trucks,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're small trucks. They're not very tall, and if you have the option to do a cab height cap, which is the same roof line as the cab. It's very, very short,
Mhm.
like very short. So my bike. What I wanted to do is with my mountain bike and my fat bike, I wanted that to sit in the back of the truck. Don't care if I had to take a wheel off. I had to take the wheel off no matter if it was a 6-foot bed or a 5-foot bed. But standing up, barely fits.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
You needed the cap that goes up.
Yeah, I needed something that was higher than that. But
Yeah.
I think at the time, Lear did not make a cap that had a remote door lock for the.
So when you
the
get your
glass.
2020 Tacoma, are you going to get a truck cap with it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right away?
Right away.
Right away.
Right away.
Are you going to get the green?
I don't know. See what it looks
Man,
like.
you
I haven't seen it. Have you seen
you
it?
got to get the green.
Have you seen it?
No, there's no pictures of it yet.
No, of course there isn't.
No.
No, I haven't seen it.
Man, but still. It's
So
army
this-
green. It's pretty easy to color to.
Yeah.
to visualize.
Think it'd be flat?
Oh, I hope it's matte.
Oh.
Man, if it's matte,
I don't think it'd be matte. You see, the thing about matte paints is that they're really easy to mark.
whatever, it's fine. It's a truck.
See, I have a problem with that.
Nah,
I did some really narrow dirt roads one time, and I came out on the other side. You could see the pinstripes down it, and I was like,
yeah.
it washed the truck, and they were all
Are you
gone,
going to
so-
go to remote start?
You know what? I don't know.
Why?
I had a remote start in one of my manual transmission vehicles. Not that makes a difference, but
No, but it's going to be an automatic.
yeah, it will be.
Yes. The one you're going to get is going to be an automatic.
I can't believe I'm saying that. Even like today, even with the complaints I have with the manual transmission, I love shifting my own gears so much.
It's a different truck as an automatic.
So much. I love shifting my own gears so much. Like I don't think you like. I knew you were considering the manual transmission.
I was, yeah.
I think you made the right decision going on automatic.
I went automatic strictly for resale value.
Yeah, strictly for resale value, but that's buying a truck for somebody else,
Yeah.
right? You have no intentions of keeping that truck.
Probably not long term. Probably not long term.
No, you'll keep it for as long as you have to, and
It's an investment. So yeah. Yeah, it's an investment. There's no vehicle on the road that holds its value more than a Tacoma.
it's true.
So like,
It's a little bit risky though, because you are the third year. No, 2016, 2017, 2018. You're the third year of a new generation.
Yep.
And I don't think the third generation is a great truck.
Oh, it's not. But it doesn't matter.
I know, right?
That's the thing. It doesn't matter.
So I'm in a bunch of Tacoma groups, and like some people are just completely like in love with their truck so much, like no matter what you say. Like if I'm like, yeah, no, the engine is tuned for an automatic transmission, not a manual transmission. They are like, you don't know how to drive a manual transmission. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You are the problem because it's not the Tacoma.
No, there's definitely those people. But
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
yeah. Anyways, back to the remote start. Are you?
See, that's what I'm like. Thank you. I need you.
That's okay.
I need you. Okay. Remote start.
Toyota's remote start is the best in the business.
Why?
It is. That is a factual statement. 800 meters over a kilometer away. There's not a remote start in the.
There are
in the industry.
1,000 meters in a kilometer. I didn't.
Maybe it's over.
I just want you to know that. That's what the kilo part is.
It's 800. And maybe it's. I don't know. Maybe
Is it two-way?
Maybe it's 800 feet.
Is it two-way?
Something like that. What do you mean?
Your remote, does it tell you that the truck has started?
Yes. Yes. You get a beep and you get a light.
That's nice.
Yeah, and it's rubberized. The little.
Oh, well, that's
little thing.
important. So Amber's car is a 2012 Elantra. And I bought her a car starter a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Bottom, it's like entry level. It is such crap.
Really?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Toyotas, you get the little starter with it or whatever, and you can start it from 800 feet. I think it was 800 feet.
Sure.
Over a kilometer, whatever it is, whatever.
Okay.
But you can also start it with a regular remote as well, the regular key. So if you're long distance, you can use the long distance one, and you press one button and you press the other one. But you can use the normal key as well. It's lock, and then hold the third lock, and it starts. So the Toyota remote works in two different configurations with all the stuff that you have.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like I'm saying, it's best in business.
So getting back to whether I'd put one in,
Yeah.
probably not. And I'll tell you why. I'm not soft. I can get into a cold truck. Heated seats.
I agree.
Like, I'm not soft. Remote car starters are tremendously expensive
$849 for the Toyota one.
to run. Like a V6 engine sitting and idling uses so much fuel. Like, and you don't really notice that unless you're like myself. I don't know if you do it, but I reset my trip distance every time I get gas. And I know that if I've left my truck running for melting frost or snow or idling because I'm doing something that needs the truck idling, I know based on my trip distance for that tank, it is very hard on
Oh yeah,
on gas.
it definitely
like it's
is.
so bad. So that's the reason I wouldn't have one. And I don't think it's good for your engine to just sit there.
I don't personally have one. So,
No.
And I wouldn't pay it's not worth it to me. Like, again, it's
Not for $850.
No,
Canadian dollars, of course.
800
Canadian pesos.
That's probably like $570 American.
It's probably
whatever.
$1.99.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
I'll have to rename this podcast to Truck Talk.
Truck Talk. Yeah. We're coming up on pretty much, I think, close to an hour now, and we gotta take off soon too. It's almost 7, so let's wrap this up now.
Okay.
And
Okay.
any final words?
If you guys made it this far in this organic podcast where we're just talking about stuff, and you want to see more of it, then encouragement down there in the comments would be good.
Yeah.
Are you going to put this on iTunes as well?
Yeah, I'll publish this on
wow.
iTunes.
Crazy. Cool.
Yeah, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play Music.
Wow. All of the places to hear us. Well, that's very cool. I'm glad that we did this after the other videos that we did.
Yeah, we filmed some Canadians Try Stuff videos, some food videos. That's my third channel, Canadians Try Stuff. So
Would love it if you guys came over to my channel and just checked it out.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're into it, hit subscribe. And comments are way better than thumbs up or thumbs down. I'd rather somebody type out why they didn't like it than just click thumbs down.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And
I get tough skins.
check out those Princess Auto box videos that he did. Pretty cool. Because we're going to try and do that on this channel as well, coming up pretty soon. So if you are subscribed to this channel, you're likely going to see that video anyway, so might as well familiarize yourself with potentially what we could get in.
You know what we should do? We should take some of the small stuff and put it in a box, and then take that box,
and
then put tape on that box, and then take that box, with the tape on the box, put a shipping label on it,
okay,
and then mail it to somebody,
okay,
on this channel.
Like a prize, like a giveaway.
Yeah, but how would we do it? I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Let's
take one of the weirdest things that come out of these boxes.
Yeah.
Don't identify it. But like, what is this? And of the people that guessed the right answer, those will be the people who are entered in to win the box.
Okay.
And we'll try and make it somewhat reasonably small because shipping outside of Canada, I don't know why.
Oh, I ship jerseys.
So expensive.
It's expensive.
Like, you can get stuff in here super cheap, but man, you want to get it out, you got to pay.
If I want to ship a jersey to Australia, it's $79. Yep. It's expensive.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay. And is it mass or no?
It's weight.
Not very big.
Weight. I put it in a fabric bag, not fabric bag,
plastic bag.
A plastic bag.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Thanks for listening.
So thanks for listening, watching, whatever you're doing, whatever platform you're on. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed some of our conversation, and thanks for sticking around as long as you did. And hope you're having a good day. And we'll see you in the next Havin a Yak. Adios.